Get those likes up, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Pump it. What's going on, guys? Good morning. Good morning. Come on. Get those likes up, ladies and gentlemen.
Timer's ticking. Last chance to hit those likes. Let's get the party started.
Yo, good morning, guys. Good morning. We got the classic, you guys call it the white beater, but I call it a tank top. What's going on, guys? Wick City, Chop City going on this morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Bitcoin still finds itself in this range that we've been talking about for the last couple of days, man. It's been nice for trading, like we said, but, you know, for all you hodlers out there, it's probably been a pretty boring couple of days. I can just tell based off the chat. What's going on, Kennedy? What's going on, John? Mike, what's going on? Where's Sumanth, man? Sumanth, you know, to be fair, I did not ban Sumanth. You guys keep saying I banned Sumanth, and I did not. He's trolling you. If he's telling you I banned him, I did not. Okay? So, Sumanth, when not troll, when come back and chat. Okay? So, that's all I'll say about Sumanth. Nice shoulders. Thank you. I know you guys are shoulder people, too. Don't be flattering yourself, man. I don't want to hear any weird noises on the other side of that computer. All right, so what's Bitcoin doing? You just had this wick up to like 21.6. I saw Drew said, you know, some people might have had a case of the FOMO there, coming back up to the upside. I'm still standing by. I think that we're going to get a nice move to the upside today, guys. I still think that Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the stock markets, I actually think we're going to get a little bit of recovery today. Just like I said yesterday, we did see like this ugly move to the downside last night. We pumped up out of this wedge, right? The wedge played out. We came up to the target, and then we just came right back down to about 20,900 before coming right back up. So it's been Chop City. You go to the hourly time frame, it's been down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, just chopping out the traders, man. So there you go. Now we find ourselves in an interesting point where, you know, the DXY trying to come back down a little bit today. Stock markets trying to come up a little bit on the open. What do we got going on for BTC and Ethereum? Let's talk about it, my man. Mods just want them back so they can keep timing them out. Facts. It gives them the power. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You guys are not power trippers, okay? It's okay. We're all a little bit of a power trip, I guess. Delicious stuff. Delicious stuff. All right. So let's jump into the price action, man. Before we do that, DXY, you know, it's trying to come down a little bit today. It could just be a little pullback, man. I mean, to be fair, the DXY went absolutely parabolic yesterday. So let's keep it real, right? It did. But going back to the short-term price action, we were watching this wedge formation too. And shout out to my guy, I forget who it was, Cryptos Aren't Us. You know, he sort of said, all right, if we want this to be a valid wedge formation to the downside, we probably should expect one more move to the downside first. Why? You want to get multiple touches on both sides. We only had two, but we got that third touch on the bottom of this wedge formation on the hourly time frame. And then we pumped back up above it, okay? And now if you notice what we did, it's quite beautiful if you ask me so far, right? It's quite beautiful if you ask me as far as this goes. But if you look at this, we did break up from this wedge. What did we do, though? What did we do? And this is the key. We came back down, back tested, an important area looking left. What was the important area looking left? Well, you guys can see it right here. We had these previous highs right here that were previously acting as a little bit of resistance. You got a little move above them, but there was support over here. You came back down. Back tested this as support. Back tested the 50 EMA. Now I want to see if Bitcoin can get that continuation now, okay? Back up here. Now, I am in an Ethereum long position, okay? I closed out my Bitcoin long kind of like right after the stream because the price action was looking a little shady. But I am in an ETH long right now. So, we'll see if it works out for me. I think my entry was at, where was it? Here, hold on one second. 16.15 was my entry on ETH. Yeah, 16.15 was my entry on ETH. So I'm in a long position. Once again, if we go back below that, you guys can come and troll me on stream. But I'm pretty confident in that one again. So, let's see if Bitcoin can get that, rise, the back test continuation out of this wedge formation. I would look for a target back up here at like 21,797 for the short term. All right, but, who am I to say? I have no idea. At the end of the day, I'm one guy who sits here and talks about charts. You know what I'm saying? Wayne said, no FOMO in the chat. Nice, dude. Swing trade closed yet. The price action was looking a little shady last night, man. Fahid said, I want a wrench. Fahid, you got to work for the wrench. No, I heard someone says that. You got to work for the wrench, man. You got to put in the time for the wrench. No, I'm just kidding. You don't really need to. I give it to people that have been around here forever. Fahid, I know you've been around here forever, man. We just have so many mods already where it's like, I don't know if we need any more, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, we have way too many mods. But anyways, looks like Bitcoin's trying to come back up again. Let's go check on Ethereum real quick. All right, so Ethereum. Here's what I'm watching for ETH, guys. I want to see if ETH has enough juice to break out of the previous highs. Okay, the previous highs for ETH was sitting right up here about 1637. So it looks like ETH is coming up hot and heavy to that resistance as we speak. Looks like it's trying to break right now. Let's see if we can get that move for Ethereum right now. Come on, baby. Let's go. Soon it'll be mods only chat. Mods only chat. We should probably fire a few mods. Maybe I should fire a few mods. I don't know. I'm feeling a little Donald Trumpy. You're fired. But no, ETH is trying to get a move up. Let's keep rocking and rolling though. 4-hour time frame still has the setup I'm looking for. Will it play out? We gotta wait and see. I always say have patience and let these patterns play out, man. They can take days to play out, okay? And they will test your patience. They will wick you down to the downside. They'll wick you back to the upside. But have patience. As long as the range is not broken, okay? This hourly time frame range. As long as we stay in between 21,569, shout out to 69, and 20,811, we're still in this range. And I got to look at this as a W formation playing out here for Bitcoin, okay? Where you got the classic first hit, rise, second hit, retrace. I'm still looking for this 4-hour vector candle to come up and be taken. Specifically, 22,400. 22,400 is the level I'm looking for Bitcoin to come back up and take, unless the stock market just comes in today and just goes and just farts right down to the downside, which we know is very typical in times like this. I do have to say it's very typical. All right, so that's still what I'm looking for. Nothing's really changed as far as the 4-hour time frame goes. Still just holding structure, but we need to start. We need to start moving sooner rather than later, because I would like to reset the stock RSI relatively soon. So I would like to see the pump quick, the back test, reset this, and then we can see the move to 22.4. That's what I'm waiting for. After we get to 22.4, we could just dump right back down to the downside, man. This is more so of a short-term move. I stumbled into my wrench. What we got here? We definitely need a mod purge. Oh, I'm gonna purge some mods. The problem with that is I feel bad because, you know, if I purge mods, people will come in and be like, dude, I don't like Jordan anymore. He took away my wrench. You know what I mean? Like, so it puts me in a tough spot. I guess I shouldn't have gave it out in the first place. I guess that's my own problem. To be fair, you guys agree? I think I agree. Let me do a poll real quick, by the way. We should ban Jordan before he fires us all. Can you ban? Imagine if you can ban me. All right, let me ask this poll. What hits first for Bitcoin? Okay, it was pretty. This question was pretty 50-50 yesterday, right? I asked what hits first for Bitcoin, 22K or 20K. A lot of you, if it was 50-50 as far as 22K, it was 50-50. I'm gonna ask the same question now. 22K or 20K? I'm interested to see if the current price action is gonna change what the poll says. It shouldn't. You should respect what you think is gonna happen. We'll see. We'll see. Oh my lord! It's always the same truck that goes nuts, man. It's always the same sound every morning. It's the same one. It's the same car, guys. I apologize about this. Never happens the whole morning, and then either when we come on stream and a car goes nuts outside, or a baby starts crying outside. Okay, every single time. It happens every single time. All right, so yeah, 4 hours still intact, guys. Have patience. This can take a while to play out. All right. All right, but we got first. I want to get back above this 20 EMA though. You see this 20 EMA right here? We're having a tough time with that cookie. Okay. A tough time with that. We haven't been able to get back above that since August 15th. So the last 8 days, we got rejected. Came back up. Couldn't get back above it. Okay? Came back up. Got rejected. Came back up. Trying to get back above it now. Let's see if we have the juice today. Okay? Do we get the juice or do we got no juice? That's what we're waiting for here. Daily time frame. You can probably see the thumbnail. Okay? Right now, they are trying to hold this support level. Okay? Right here, man. Right here. They are trying to hold the support level. Dip, support, came back up, wick down, hold support, wick down, hold support. So you guys can see that they're defending the bottom of this bear flag very, very, very carefully. They do not want to break this, at least at the moment, right? You can see every time it comes back down here, it just gets bought up. Came back down, gets bought up. Now, the more times we test it, the more likely it is to break. But right now, they are holding that support level very, very tightly. We said there's a good chance of that. Why? Because the difference between this bear flag and the last bear flags is when we came back down to test this, we already had our stock RSI that was ready to cross back up to the upside. Whereas the last times, you had lower to go. So we know we got that daily stock cross. Since then, it's been upside. Once again, let's see if we have more juice. We still got this big daily vector candle right here. To me, I'm going to keep saying it. You guys keep calling me crazy. I don't care. It is what it is. I'm going to stick to what I see in the charts. You guys can come at me for this. I still think it's more likely that Bitcoin comes back up, tests the underbelly of this previous support up here to 22,400, 22,600. Right here. Right here, man. What's going on, Kennedy? Kennedy, nice to have you in the chat, my man. I still think it's more likely. I'll read that in a second. I still think it's more likely to come back up and test this $22,400 level before Bitcoin maybe comes back down. But I'm not going to get too ahead of myself. So I'm going to stick to the current thing I think is going to happen, which is a move back up here. and then we'll reevaluate. The other reason why is I do think, we come back up and test this 50 EMA, test this 20 EMA. These come down hot and heavy. Also makes sense to come some resistance there before maybe getting rejected and coming back down to test. But, we'll take it step by step, man. Step by step. We'll take it step by step. I always thought Jordan lived in Jersey. Just seems like a Jersey guy. Serious? I am Italian, I am Italian, so there's a lot of Italians in Jersey, I am very Italian, and I like chicken parmesan. I don't even know if Italians actually like chicken parmesan, but that's besides the point here. That's besides the point. I am Italian, Irish, and some part Middle Eastern. Okay, so take it for what you will. I'm from everywhere around the globe. Okay, everywhere around the globe. Yeah, I'm from. Actually, I was born in Rhode Island, and then I pretty much lived my whole life in Massachusetts, though. Okay. There's been a couple times I moved back to Rhode Island, but I pretty much been in Rhode Island and Mass my whole life, for the most part. In case you were wondering where I'm from. All right, so that's that. Listen, we're still in the same range. We got to break out of this range before we get too excited for anything. But right now, I don't hate where Bitcoin's doing right now. All right. Now let's go check some different things. Let's check the DXY real quick. We're just real quick on the DXY, guys. I know you guys hate talking about the DXY. Why? Because the DXY goes up, Bitcoin dumps, and we don't want to talk about that. We don't want to talk about Mario to the downside, man. It's not what we want to talk about. But, I think here's the hopium again. If you want some hopium for the DXY, here it is. Okay? I'm going to lay it out for you. Here's the hopium, my friends. The hopium for the DXY coming back down. Okay? One, you need the euro to hold up, which right now it's not. But you need the euro to hold up, number one. Okay? Number two, can we see something like this where we see a massive weekly bearish divergence forming on the DXY? Okay? Where you start getting these higher highs. You see these, this is the weekly time frame. This is no joke, man. This is long-term time frames. Higher highs coming on the weekly, lower highs coming on the RSI on the weekly, and you keep building this. Okay, now I will say again, this could mean that the DXY could get one more pump, all the way back up here. It could pump all the way back up here for all we know, right? To 112, 115. It can make another higher high. Okay, I'm not saying it's over, but I think the hope here for the short term is the DXY just creates this bearish div and starts to curl back down to the downside. All right, that's sort of the how should I say this? That's really the hopium for a lot of different things right now. Let me go back over here and see what else I'm talking about here. So another example of this, it's not a perfect example, but was right here. So you had the higher highs and you had lower highs. This was over the span of like a year, so that could take a long time to play out. I guess I really shouldn't be paying attention to that. Bitcoin's coming back up, by the way. Here comes Bitcoin.
Strap up.
Come on,
going to the
feed
moon.
the long, baby. Come on, Maj. Let's go. Come on, ETH. Come on, baby. No, ETH. No, seriously, guys, don't FOMO the ETH. But it's the 5-minute for ETH. Let me go to the 15-minute. So ETH. See if we can break that local high, man. Come on. Come on. Whoa. All right, let's ETH broke this local high. All right. 15 minutes getting a little up there on the RSI. Just be careful there. Let's look left. 1649 for ETH at the moment. Feed it, boy. Come on. Fade me, man. No, but so that's BTC, that's ETH. They're both looking pretty good. They really haven't gotten anywhere yet, to be fair. Bitcoin's got to break back above. Let's go to the hourly time frame. I would prefer to get an hourly close above the previous hourly closes. So makes sense, but the hourly close highs. The hourly close highs, you're sitting at right here, right at about 21,569. We got to get an hourly close above that at the very least. If you do, could test these wicks up here, 21,797. But we got to get that hourly high here. Hopefully Clint averaged down. No, Clint's doing fine, man. Clint's doing fine. Clint's back in. He said he's not panic selling anymore. I love to see that. I love to see that, man. I love to see that. All right, so there we go. 21,561. Bitcoin still chilling below that resistance. They're both looking good. They haven't gone anywhere, to be fair. Yes. Very, very, very true. Very true. I like the look at the chart, but they haven't gotten anywhere, to be fair. You know what I mean? Stock market. Oh, I like this on the S&P. Look at the S&P, guys, here real quick. What kind of formation do we got on the S&P forming here? This is the futures market. But look, what do we got forming here, guys? What do we got forming? What kind of pattern is this? Okay? And this is another reason I liked Bitcoin today, because I sensed this forming earlier today. Was this. Let me bring up my little handy-dandy notebook. What do we got forming? Now, it's not broken out yet, but we got a little bit of a left shoulder, a little bit of a head. We know we like a little bit of head on the stream. Who likes head? Let me know in the chat, man. A little bit of a head, and we got a little bit of a right shoulder coming back up. Now, this doesn't mean we're going to the moon on this. This could just mean a little short-term rally, okay? A small short-term rally. Now, we got to get back above this 20 EMA, and to be quite fair, we got to break the neckline, which the neckline's right there at 41.52. But here's what I'm watching for in the hourly. If we can get a bullish engulfing candle here on the hourly time frame, right? Engulf this red vector candle right here and break the neckline, which we just wicked off the neckline. We got initial rejection. That's okay. Have patience. Let these play out. 41.53 is the resistance we got to break for the S&P, okay? If that breaks, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not a big fan of measured moves. You guys know that. I think measured moves are sort of just, you know, it is what it is. But, you know, at least coming back up and taking these. See this red vector candle. This red vector candle. A move back up to take these would not surprise me. And what would this mean for Bitcoin? Well, hopefully, at least a short-term move up for BTC. It's all connected, okay? It's all connected here in the cryptoverse and everything, okay? So watch this carefully. I'm going to stick by my upside bias, okay? And it is what it is. I'm not going to let Twitter, I'm not going to let the chat dictate what I think is going to happen on the charts. And when I do that, it usually works out pretty well. All right, so 1646. Let's see if Bitcoin's right at its neckline. Right at the neckline, man. Can we break the, ultimately, what is it, like the the 4-hour W formation neckline, which looks like it's trying to do right now. Here we go. Why Jordan's so bullish? Relax. It's short-term bullishness, okay? you gotta be able to separate short-term bullishness with, you know, maybe being slightly skeptic on the medium term, you know? But here we go. 21,588. See if Bitcoin can get a little move up here. ETH still sitting right at resistance at the moment. Look at the DXY. Yeah, DXY is coming back down. I would say don't get too carried away with that, though. Okay, do not get too carried away. We've seen this before where the DXY comes down just to pop right back up. Okay, but, you know, so far so good. So far so good. I actually would prefer, you guys might hate me for this, but I actually prefer the DXY to get one more higher high here. Make a lower high on the RSI, so you can kind of confirm this triple bearish divergence on the weekly. I would prefer that. You guys are probably like, no, Jordan, no, we don't want to see another higher high for the DXY. I think that would be more a better indication. But you know, I guess we can't always get what we want. You know what I mean? Jordan leading the bull market charge. He's counter trading the space. Sometimes I do. I don't always. I don't always, man. What I learned in the space, man, is you hear so much stuff. You know, especially me, because I stream all the time, man. So I see so much stuff in the chat, people saying, "Oh, we're going down," or you know, if I'm bearish, "Oh, we're going up." And sometimes I let that get to me. I do. And I've learned not to let that get to me, man. Right? Not to get caught up with what the sentiment is in the space. I think that's one of the biggest lessons you can learn in this space, man. Just don't let the sentiment, like if everyone's like just saying like super depressed and shit on Twitter, don't let that get to you, man. You know? Because that's usually when the opposite happens. Or when everyone's super euphoric on Twitter, it's usually when the opposite happens. Based off what I've learned. All right, so yeah, I mean, ETH looks like it's breaking out. The ETH long is doing pretty nice right now, man. Pretty nice right now. Let's look. Yeah, I mean, ETH just smacked this. I was watching this rising wedge, and I was like, all right. If it breaks this to the upside, that means it's just bullish, man. So it smacked that to the upside. S&P still chilling. DXY still pulling back. This is on the weekly time frame. If we go to the daily time frame on the DXY, like this, should we have bearish div on this? Yeah, you actually have daily bearish divergence on the DXY on the daily. So guys, this could just be something like this. We're getting higher highs, lower highs on the daily. It could just be a quick pullback on the daily before it rises back up. You know, so I don't want to get everyone to get too carried away about the DXY dropping. I hope it drops, but don't get too carried away that, right? Still stay realistic on this. Could just be a quick retest, continuation. Let's see. It'll probably put in a new high next week. Yeah, probably. Probably, man. Trade the range and play the volatility. Facts. Don't do daily scalps. Look for bigger, longer-term duration trades. I would agree with that. Like, I had a time where I was trying to do scalping. It can work for you. It's just when I do scalps, I expect to be in and out, and I don't really have the patience of getting into a scalp trade. And I expect to be in and out very quick, which you should be when you're doing scalping. And sometimes I get super impatient. I'm like, dude, I got in this to be quick. I want to go do something, man. But I also don't want to be thinking about my trade. You know what I mean? So what I learned is get in trades that you don't mind keeping open. Okay, and that's my new philosophy going forward. I can't do the short-term trades because if I want to go do something, it's just going to be in the back of my head that I have that trade open. Which obviously, you should have stop losses. So you don't really care about it. Never trade without a stop loss, but you guys get my point. It's like that's the way I feel about that. Let's go look at the weekly. So the weekly time frame, guys. I mean, I will continue to say this. I mean, there's so many different things you could look at, right? I get the economy sucks. Okay, I get inflation is here. I get, all this stuff. Okay, I'm not blind. I'm not deaf. I can see all of it. Okay, the main point when I say this stuff though is you got to zoom out. And you got to look at where Bitcoin it is. You got to look at the indicators that have popped up for BTC. And I do think of not being in crypto for myself is more risky than being in crypto at the moment, man. Because I will say this. As soon as you get any bullish news as far as the economy goes, the market's going to go nuts to the upside. And you're going to be pissed at yourself for not being in it. Not saying go all in right now, okay? When I see major indicators pop up, that's when I'm going to continue to accumulate for the long term. For my longer term holds. Stuff that I don't care about going down in the next year or so. Okay? Pi cycle bottom. I bought that. Hash ribbons buy signal. I bought that. Okay? Dropping back into the bottom of this logarithmic regression curve. I bought that. 200 SMA. I bought that. Okay? And I'll continue to do so as we go down. We dropped to 14K for whatever reason. It's not impossible. Okay? If we drop to 14K, important level everyone's looking at, I'll scoop some up there. You get the point, though, right? I mean, if you're a long-term investor, don't be afraid to DCA here and there. And that's simple as fact as that. And I will say this, okay? Everyone's saying Bitcoin's not going to go up till 2024. Let's rewind a little bit here. Let's take a little bit of a rewind, okay? Because I want to remind everyone that we talk about the previous halving. All right, Bitcoin's pumping. I can't talk about long-term stuff. Sometimes I get so caught up in the long-term stuff, I start going nuts. We can look at the short-term price action while Bitcoin's going, or ETH and Bitcoin are going up. So ETH is breaking that neckline as we speak, guys. As we speak, Bitcoin looks like it's also breaking that 4-hour neckline as we speak. So those are looking pretty good right there. I will say this, okay? I will say this, man. I don't think that it's going to take till 2024 to Bitcoin go up. Why? Because the next halving event will be front run, man. The last halving was front run. You guys will say, oh, but March of 2020, we dumped in March of 2020. Yes, we did dump in March of 2020. It was a freaking pandemic where people thought everyone was going to die, and there was going to be a zombie apocalypse, okay? You know what I mean? Like, dude, there was a complete outlier. But if you look at what Bitcoin did on the weekly chart, all right, Bitcoin's pumping. I guess we got to play the pump music, man. There we go. We'll talk about it in a second, man. We'll talk about it in a second. Okay, come on. That was an outlier, real quick. That was an outlier. The reason why I say that, guys, you go to the weekly chart real quick, right? Real quick. I know Bitcoin's pumping. I know ETH's pumping. I know altcoins are probably going up too. Okay, give me 2 seconds though. 2 seconds here, all right? And I promise I will not waste your time. The reason why I say that is, when did Bitcoin really start going up? So the next halving, the halving event was in May of 2020. All right, so right here, somewhere in this range was the halving for Bitcoin. Okay, but I will say this: when did Bitcoin really start going up? It really started going up in January 2019. Why? Because probably a lot of people knew that for a year from now, we're going to have a halving event. I'm going to get in front of it. I'm not going to let the noobs get in. But obviously the pandemic put a huge thing into that. Okay? If the pandemic never happened, man, if the pandemic never happened, Bitcoin, like we talked about yesterday, Bitcoin probably would have just did something like this. And just started to mosey its way up very, very slowly. Okay? Obviously, you know, you can't predict like these type of deals. But Bitcoin really started to go up when you look at it. It really started to go up. You know, I'll take it when it broke the bull market support band. It really started to go up a year before the halving event. Okay, now it doesn't have to do that again. Okay, it doesn't have to do that again. But you know, this kind of supports my theory as the halving is going to get front run again. Okay, now the next halving is April 2024. All right, April 2024 is the next halving event. Okay, if I have to go based off what happened last time. Okay. If we go a year from that point, could we expect Bitcoin to start being moving up in April 2023, which is not that far away? You know what I mean? That's literally only 7 months away. I know that sounds like a long time, and anything can happen in 7 months. We could drop to 14K, 10K, for all I know. But this is for all the people that are just going to act like they're going to sit here and wait to the next halving event to go in. Okay? You can do that. I mean, it might work for you. But I just have this weird feeling that a year before the next halving event, we're going to start pumping. And then everyone's going to get in the halving thinking, maybe not like that, but, you know, maybe something like this. We're going to start going up before the next halving. Everyone's going to go, I'm going to get in the halving. And then it's going to dump right after the halving. And then it's going to come back up. I just have this weird hunch that something like this is going to happen. Okay? Because everyone's looking at the same damn thing. All right? Take it for what it is. I don't know what to tell you, but that's just my theory there. All right, 21,641, man. Some people need to hear it multiple times and still won't listen. Very true, man. Who's vacuuming? Was that a vacuum? No, that was the street cleaner, man. Which doesn't make sense because it's Tuesday and they're on the street. It's okay. Doesn't make sense, man. But it's okay. It's okay. It doesn't matter. All right, Bitcoin's still chilling. I'm still looking for Bitcoin's next target up here at 21,797. Ultimately, the target for me is back up here at 22,400. Okay, 22,400. You guys do whatever you want to do. All right, don't listen to me. Just like I'm not going to listen to any outside factors. You trust your own TA. You trust your own gut, and you guys do whatever you want to do. All right. I'll take 10 to 14K. Investor's dream. True, man. Let's see. Bear flag on the 4 hour. Let's see. Let's check it out. I can see it. Yeah, I can definitely see it. And that's why I said Bitcoin needs to break this neckline. But yeah, if you play it out something like this, definitely could be some type of bear flag. Depending on how you want to draw it. You draw it something like this. If you want to take it from the wicks, if you want to take it from the candle bodies, you certainly could too, like this. I could definitely see something like that play out. So we'll find out. We'll find out relatively soon. Like if this smacks to the upside right here, if this smacks to the upside right here, you'll probably know that this is probably not a bear flag. Okay, if this smacks to the upside right here, but if it doesn't, if it gets rejected and comes back down, be careful there, right? Be careful there. Hey Jordan, what Tino say? Pay yourself. Pay yourself. No, always pay yourself. Always pay yourself, my friend. Always pay yourself, dude. I'm gonna this. I know I said this yesterday, but this one's definitely a swing trade. This one, okay. The reason why I didn't hold the other one is because the price action at resistance looked a little shady. We had bearish divergence on multiple different time frames. Right now, you actually look fine. You actually don't have any bearish div on the 4 hour, 1 hour time frame. No bearish divergence. 15-minute time frame. No bearish divergence. You don't have any bearish divergence on any time frame, so I'm not super worried about this one at the moment.
Hey Jordan, what's Tino say? Hey yourself.
I'll take. We're all getting liquidated. But shout out to Tino. I can't wait till Tino gets back, man. I miss my my splurge of Tino. Kennedy said, "Good morning, Jay. What up, fam? Is wanting 14K greedy? No, you can want whatever you want, man. It's your life. I feel like I can create life-changing wealth at those prices. Let's get it either way. LFG. Jordan is an OG. Definitely not an OG, man. Definitely not an OG. I would consider people that are OGs to be back, like, crypto from, like, 2011, 2012, 2013, even 2014. I would say up until 2014. That's a true OG. You know what I mean? People who got in like 2017, 2018, I wouldn't consider OGs. Okay? I wouldn't consider those OGs. I wish I was. But I have to say I don't think so. Appreciate the super chats though. You guys are studs, man. Swing trade would have still been going strong. It still would have been going strong, yes. Yes. How come you don't do vector candles? Oh, I do. We talked about vector candles right here. We talked about why I think the 4 hour is going to come back up and take this red vector candle right here. Right? Same thing on the daily. This vector candle right here. So we're going to come back and took that. We talked about that earlier, my friend. My juicy friend. My juicy friend. That sounds so wrong. My juicy friend. Cools. All right. Any alts really doing anything today? Let's check out some alts, guys. Looks like you got some movers coming up. I mean, nothing crazy as far as altcoins go. Everything's just kind of waiting. I mean, here comes Near, man. I swear to God. I swear to freaking God. If man, I mean, I guess that's what I get for being a bottom dweller. No, but to be fair, this is only if Bitcoin gets like a massive move up. So I think it's likely Near comes back down and tests, 380, which is the level I was waiting for, and it wicked to like 392. Hey man, it is what it is. Sometimes you miss out. But yeah, Near up about 6% today. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy still. I mean, you haven't really gone anywhere. You know what I mean? Like, you zoom out and it's like you're right here. But let's go to the 4 hour real quick. Is she? We have nice on the daily. I mean, I think I already played out on the daily, but yeah, I mean, the 4 hour time frame you have, I like the setup, man. I mean, you broke the W formation. Now I wouldn't be surprised if you kind of reset this back down, retest the neckline, right? 423 before you come back up for Near. Would not be surprised. Usually always come back down and test these before coming back up. All right, so watch out for that for Near. But overall for Near, I mean, it's the same point. We get all these juicy vector candles up here, my friend. Right? Back up to 485, spanning all the way back up there. You can even argue up here. I don't know if it gets that high, but I could definitely see right here retesting these previous lows right there. Right at about 490, I could see it. I could see a retest of 490. But that's only if Bitcoin gets a move to like 23.4, 23.6, like we talked about, right? So watch out for that for Near. Bitcoin still just chilling. ETH chilling like a villain. DJ said it's crazy how even if dude, the people who got into crypto in the last couple months got in at a fantastic time, man. Fantastic time. Yes, it can still go lower. Yes, it can go to 14K. Yes, it can go to 10K. But even then, like getting into crypto now is comparing like getting into crypto when Bitcoin was at 6K, man, in 2018. You would have been golden, man. Not even just for Bitcoin. People forget where altcoins were at that time. Dude, and look at where altcoins are now. If you got into crypto the last couple months, you came in at the right time. You know what I mean? Even if it comes back down lower, you got to think long term. Like to me, like, all right, Bitcoin's at 20K right now. If it drops another 50%, all right, cool. I mean, it is what it is. Would you, I mean, I always say it this way. If you think Bitcoin's going to 10K, okay, would you have been pissed off buying Bitcoin at 6K in 2018? No. Obviously, there's no guarantee of anything, but, that's the way I like to look at it. Okay, I mean, I wish I bought more Bitcoin at 6K back in 2018, and quite frankly, I wish I bought more ETH at. I mean, that's like buying ETH at $120. I wish I bought more $120 ETH back in the day. You know what I mean? That's the way I look at it, bro. That's the way I look at it. You got to think long term. We're talking short-term moves right now, but short-term moves are completely different than long-term moves. Completely different, man. I got in last year. Most people did. Look, that's okay, though. Most people get in at tops. I got in 2017. Most people get in at tops, man. That's just how the market works. You know, most people get interested because they see the price coming up, but the ones that stick around in the bear market are the winners, which is like literally like probably 5% of people. Not even. I would probably say even less than that. I would probably say, you know, typically crypto drops about 90%. You know what I mean? And most of it's held by whales. I would even say like that's probably like 2 to 3% of people that actually stick around, that get at the tops, that stick around through the bear markets. But it's the people who stick around in the bear markets, the ones who win in the end, not the people who wait till the next bull market, because those are the ones that'll be buying the top again. BTC ain't going to 10K. Market makers ain't that stupid. They want us to FOMO back to the highs. Yeah. I mean, I would I would generally agree. I don't think 10K is coming, but you can't say anything's impossible, right? Don't say no way. All right, look at the stock market, man. Come on, man. Can't make this shit up, bro. Come on. Who longed the S&P? I don't know if anyone actually longed the S&P, but there you go. This should help Bitcoin and the ETH in theory. In theory. And at least seeing these stay even should allow a big BTC and ETH to at least gain some ground, right? We haven't really seen it so far, but there you go, man. You know, how much higher does it go? We'll find out. I probably expect a little rejection off the 50 EMA here. 4178, which is not a terribly big move. I mean, that's talking about a 0.5% move, but a 0.5% move for the stock market, I would assume would allow BTC and ETH to come up a little bit higher, right? It just, but you can't be sure, you know? You can't be sure, but you just gotta go based off what you usually see. DXY still trying to come back down. I mean, I'm not going to get too caught up in arms about a daily move down to the downside. You'll probably hear on Twitter, oh, DXY is dumping today. End of the bear market. No, don't pump your brakes. Pump your brakes on that. All right, but at least it's a good signal to come back down a little bit. Someone said there was news. I don't know if was there news. Let's see. Someone said there was news. Can't make this shit up. Don't hodl vet. Don't hodl vet. What's going on, Rico? Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Dion wants to get numb? What does that mean, man? You want to get numb? What is that? All right, what else is coming up? DOT looks like it's coming up a little bit. You know, I'd probably look at, like, if you're looking at altcoins, guys, if you think Bitcoin is going to go higher, what you probably should look for is altcoins that haven't broken out yet. All right? So what I'd look for is, like, NIR's already come up, DOT's already come up, ETH, you could argue, already is coming up a little bit, Sol. So I would look, for example, I'd look at Sol right here, right? If you think Bitcoin's going to go higher, you do your own research on that. But if that's the case, my strategy going forward is when I see Bitcoin start to make moves, okay, short-term moves. I'm not talking going to the moon here. These are short-term trades. I would look at, say, Solana, for example, okay? If I see Solana come back up, Solana hasn't broken out yet, but we've seen other coins like DOT, like NIR, break out of the same patterns. So I look at the ones that are lagging behind. Sol hasn't broken out yet. I could see Sol breaks this trend line coming up to the 50 EMA. Bang, bang. It's a quick trade. All right. SHIB hasn't broken out yet. Okay. You know, SHIB and Doge, you know, they tend to break out on their own terms, at least on like recently. But SHIB's another one that hasn't broken out yet. This is if you think Bitcoin's going slightly higher. Okay. If. Link like it looks like it broke out already. So Link already broke the resistance here. So yeah, Link's already gone, at least for the moment. It's probably a little bit too late to get in Link unless you're looking for a retest and a continuation, right? Once thing for Link, as long as you think Bitcoin is going to do its thing here, it's totally up to what you think. I still think Bitcoin's going a little bit higher here. Then I could see Link going up to like 750. The 50 EMA. I basically watch for a retest of the 50 EMA on a lot of these alts. And then probably a rejection from there. AVAX. Yeah, AVAX already broke out. So AVAX broke resistance. AVAX is already going up. Same for a lot of these, man. Just basically a retest of the 50 EMA. 24. XRP. I personally wouldn't touch XRP. That's just me, man. XRP is probably the worst coin to trade, man. Unless you're shorting it. Because it literally just has no volatility to the upside. Matic already broke out. A lot of these already broke out. Gala. Yeah, Gala already broke resistance. Doge. See, Doge is always an interesting one. You know? Doge seems to be the laggard where, you know, everyone forgets about it and then it breaks out. You could argue it already broke out too. You had a little bit of a wick here. You still got to get back above that 20 EMA though. So I guess you could say Doge really hasn't broken out yet. BNB Bizzle. BNB just looks like it's coiling up for another move, man. Like if we look at Bizzle here. Boop. Boop. Yeah, BNB's coiling up. If you think that the symmetrical triangle is going to be a continuation pattern, which they usually break out in the way that they come from, you know, I mean, you guys do your own research on that as always, but, you know, high, low, high, low, high, low, just coiling up for another move. Can't get back above that 200 EMA at the moment, but if this breaks out to the upside, I won't be surprised to see, at the very least, a retest of the highs at 305. So that could be a quick little trade if it breaks out. You do your own research on that, man. I'm not here to. I'm just pointing to see what I see in the charts. GMT. I mean, I probably wouldn't trade this one. I just have it on my watch list here. ADA. I mean, a lot of people don't like ADA, but ADA is one that hasn't broken out yet. So I look at ADA, a break of 47.20. If you think it's going to go higher. Uni. Even Uni. Like, Uni's usually one that's leading the market lately, but even Uni hasn't really gotten really much of anywhere yet. You could argue that it did break out, back tested, now trying to come back up. But Uni's another interesting point. Let me see. BNB, aka bread and butter. Bread and butter. Kennedy said, looks like we're working on the first wave of Elliott wave short term. What do you think, bro? I agree on SHIB. Yeah, I mean, what did we see from SHIB before? Yeah. Like, dude, I don't think Bitcoin's going to the moon here. I think 22.6 is the highest I see Bitcoin going here in the short term. But I mean, if you other altcoins are already breaking out, SHIB usually breaks out last. At least that's what it did last time. So SHIB could be an interesting play, depending on where you think Bitcoin and ETH are going in the short term. The first wave of Elliott wave short term. Which chart are we talking about, Kennedy? Just put it in the chat. Hourly, 4 hour, daily. Let's see. 500 is struggling to break 20 in all time frames. SHIB times are over. It's way too big. Oh, dude, not for an investment. I mean, if you want to buy SHIB for an investment, that's fine too. I'm mostly talking for short-term trade at the moment. All right, so I think that's pretty much it for this morning, guys. Like, you know, we got the breakout on the S&P. If this can continue up, I expect Bitcoin and ETH to continue up. Okay, that's really it, right? Watch the stock markets. NASDAQ. Seems like people wanted to invest a little bit on the NASDAQ today. Go to the daily time frame. It's trying to get a bounce back up. Now, I'll say this about the NASDAQ. Like, you have these daily gaps, right? You see, have this daily gap right here. Would I be surprised to see it take this daily gap, come back up a little bit, take this back up, and that would be about a 2% move. A 2% move for Bitcoin is usually pretty good, right? So take it for what you will. They're just trying to come back up. I thought it was going to come back up a little bit today because of the S&P. It did so far. We'll see if it continues. Obviously, you have no idea. Like I said, guys, for Bitcoin, just a quick recap. I'm expecting 22,400. Any higher than that, I think, is gravy at the moment. And for ETH, I'm expecting... hold on. I had it in my chart here. Hold up. Let me zoom out a little bit. I'm a little bit too zoomed in on this one. ETH, I would say... man, to be fair, I would not be surprised to see ETH come back up. 1740. But you do have some more vector candles up there. But my target's about 1740 on ETH. I'll probably take some profits here at the 200 EMA and the 50 EMA if we make it that far up. If not, it is what it is. But 1740 is probably where I just TP completely. All right. So that's pretty much it for today, guys. We're watching short-term moves. Nothing's really happened on the daily so far. We're just in a range, right? But let's get it. I'll see you guys 7 o'clock tonight, man. So let's get it. Let's see what the day unfolds. Could be an interesting day. Who knows? You never know in crypto. It could be a boring day or it could be like the biggest day ever. You just really never know. So that's the exciting thing about crypto. Have a fantastic day, guys. All right. Adios, my friends. Take it easy. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Don't panic sell your crypto. Most of all, don't panic sell your crypto. But don't be afraid to take profits in the bear market rallies until proven otherwise. All right. Adios, guys. Peace out.